Hello, my name is Faithy, and I am a registered Smarty Pants nurse. A Smarty nurse, if you will. I like to know why we do things. I like to know where things came from. And I'm going to start sharing that knowledge with the world via YouTube. Today, I would like to talk about blood counts and why oncologists are pretty much obsessed with them, especially white blood counts, especially neutrophil counts. So, your bone marrow is building blood cells all the time. This is me being bone marrow, building blood cells, taking the parts, put them together, planting them, they grow. So when we give chemotherapy, the chemotherapy affects all kinds of parts of your body, not just your digestive system, make you nauseated, not just, you in general to make you feel fatigued. All different kinds of chemotherapies have all different kinds of side effects, but the one most common one, all different kinds of chemotherapy affects your bone marrow, slows down the production of all kinds of blood cells. Depending on the type of chemotherapy, it can affect the different precursor cells in your bone marrow that turn into different kinds of blood cells. We're going to make videos about red blood cells and platelets, but white blood cells are the ones that we're obsessed with. If your white blood count has dropped to 1 or 2, which means 1,000 or 2,000, you might not have enough white blood cells to fight off an infection. That would be a bad thing. And the type of white blood cells that we're most worried about, at least where I've always worked, is neutrophils, are neutrophils. One type is neutrophils. Multiple types are neutrophils. One type is, I have a degree in English. Give me a minute. Neutrophils are the cells that are our first defense against all different kinds of foreign invaders, like bacteria that make you sick, and also viruses. So if you don't have any neutrophils, or if you don't have enough neutrophils, then you're going to get sick more quickly than you normally would, and also much more severely than you normally would. So if you only have, say, and it's measured in how many are in 1 cubic millimeter of blood. So if they do it the old-fashioned way, they take a drop of blood, they put it on a slide with little boxes, like a little grid pattern. This is a grid pattern. No. With a little grid pattern, and they count how many occur in 2 or 3 of these little boxes in the grid pattern. And that's how they figure out how concentrated they are and how much could be in a cubic millimeter of blood. Technically, 1,500 neutrophils in a cubic millimeter of blood is below the normal range for most laboratories. However, it is enough to fight off all kinds of infections. So, when we want to give you chemotherapy, that's enough for us to kill off a few and for you to still be safe. If it's below that, and then we give you chemotherapy and we kill off a few, you might get pretty sick pretty easily. So that's why we're obsessed with our patients' neutrophil count. We want to make sure that we have enough for us to get rid of a few and for them to still be safe.